what's it like to be in the Caitlin Clark phenomenon right now? So people know you've been around like the league in many ways. You've been around Nike. You've been around like on the commerce end. So like the business of basketball is something that you've been immersed in for many years. But what's it like being on the ground for this one?
Listen, I'm going to just put this in context. The quota has been reached for team sales in the store to a point where they got audited.
What?
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
They sold so much gear that people thought it wasn't legit.
Bro, and it's an interesting conversation. You know, obviously when they ask her how famous she is. But in the state of Indiana, no question. No question. It's a shoe that's supposed to come out, a Kobe 5 with her colorway. It's on the internet for $5,000 right now for people who got early pairs.
Wow.
You can't get a seat. You need giveaways. It's been sold out since it was announced. You can't get in the building. The Pacers only fill it up like that when it's playoffs. You can't get in the building. It's the hottest ticket. Hottest ticket. So it's an experience, bro. It's the closest thing to college. It's the closest thing. I'm talking about transferable college. You know how you've been to the big school, the JJ Redick play for the Duke, and he gets to Orlando, and that motion don't follow.
Right.
This follow.
Like, who's the last person that kind of motion really followed, right? So, like, it's tricky to say with Zion because he came out and then he was hurt, right? And so he got back. We got some energy to it. But that Caitlin Clark thing, and I think maybe a part of it is because of the nature of the WNBA season relative to college. So that first year, she went straight from college in the WNBA. And then when it came back around, my question was going to be, how sustainable truly is the interest, right? Like, after it's not leading Sports Center all the time and everything else, how sustainable is it? And then it became very clear, quite sustainable.
Actually. Oh, yeah. No, they bought into the thing because it's only up from here. Rookie of the year, check. That means, okay, investment cleared. The next thing, she's going to go to the finals or she's going to do really well in the playoffs and get MVP, right? In the regular season. To that point, yeah, she's hurt right now, but you never know when you got teammates that actually can get open and now they have to guard you honestly. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother thing. So the more reasonable accolades that she gets to achieve, she hasn't reached to the level of like, hey, she's a failure because she hasn't won yet. It's just like, is she good enough to get regular season MVP in year 2?
Right. And see, I'm wondering when this is going to create. I'm going to use the word rival, right? Because I think Angel Reese is a rival with an asterisk. You know what I mean?
I mean, they have the history.
Yeah, they have the history, but
Ryan Howard is her real.
Okay, so this is what I mean. If not a rival, either someone who becomes a star because of their proximity to her, or the fact that they are a rival in that way, right? Like somebody, it's me and you, and we're gonna be going down the floor each time, and who gets it done, that sort of thing. Like that to me is the next level because I still don't feel like the Clark stardom has created the true complementary star. Angel Reese put herself in that conversation in her junior year in college, right?
Yeah.
But it's not the same, brother.
Yeah,
like we all understand class, it ain't that.
Prep ranks. She was ranked higher than her, beat her in the national championship, but also they play 2 different positions.
Right.
Ryan Howard and her really be bumping.
Well, yeah, I was about to say they bump, and they're a little closer in terms of skill levels. Like the you know what I mean? Like that's the part that I'm waiting on is when this starts getting it for everybody else. Because I made the Tiger Woods comparison the other day, but the thing about Tiger Woods was Tiger Woods got all them cats paid. Like they was a little salty with him, but at the same time, they appreciated him. He changed everybody's life on the tour with his mere presence. That hasn't happened yet. That's not where we are with this. She's a big phenomenon. It has helped the league, but it ain't really doing that much for any other individual player as far as I can see. You're welcome to tell me if I'm wrong because you're more informed.
No, you're right. You're right. It's not, I mean, obviously that was the message, the overall message. Like, you guys should be thanking her. And it's like, nah, like everybody not eating. I think the benefit of it, like her selling out the Fever joints, or now that they're going to bigger venues, we ain't got there yet where the league is just like, all right, somebody cracking $1 million, which is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, sure, $1 million a year, all this other stuff. And obviously the travel and the governors are starting to put a little bit more investment into like facilities and things of that nature, which is great in the advancement, but we're still just like a year or two away, a season away, you know what I mean? And obviously, if Juju returns how she's supposed to, I think that is the last turning stone, you know what I mean, to get it. Cause now you got Paige, you got Caitlin, you got Angel Reese, you got all the pivotal people. The Hannah Hidalgos are coming in. You know what I mean? Like, I think that gets a little bit interesting, but we still got some old blood in there, man. And once the turning of the new, the W gonna be a different game.
I think the next level for this is somebody she can't overcome. Right? Like the Isaiah to her Jordan, right? Or the Bird to her Isaiah. Like that one that you got. I mean, keep it real. The Lakers had to deal with that with the Spurs, like the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, the Spurs and the Jazz were their people, but something that they keep banging their heads up against. And then you have to give over. That is the part that makes this compelling. What we love about sports is what happens when the chips are down, what it takes for you to get there, right? Yeah. That's what we're here for, by and large.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Like that, I actually think is the most realistic criticism, or to me, I think the fairest criticism of the idea of an Oklahoma City, Indiana matchup is, even though Oklahoma City lost in the second round last year, and we saw Indiana go to the conference finals last year and now go over the top, it still doesn't have that feeling of they've been trying, and then finally broke through. That's the story that we typically love. Right? Like, there's got to be something that makes it hard, not just, oh, you lost, but the feeling like, oh man, it's you got to really dig deep.
Yeah, it got to be a dominant matchup, right? Where you're just like, yo, they were never going to beat them, and they finally do it, right? And yeah, you mentioned it. Like, overall, there is no gatekeeper of the finals. We don't have that to let them finally get through. You know what I mean? Like LeBron beating the Celtics, or
right. That's another. Or LeBron had it with the Pistons first.
The Pistons, yeah.
Right? Because that game 6, he pushed them. The game 6 in 06, they won that, and they pushed it to 7 games, and then they got the doors blown off in that one. And then the next year when LeBron had for those who were not there, when LeBron put that 48 up in overtime in game 5 against the Pistons, where he just went the end of the game and just won for them all the way into the end, that was where I was like, oh, he has arrived.
He's here. Yeah.
Right. But we saw the holdups along the way. I think
Anthony Edwards has that trajectory.
And that's exactly it.
It's building. It's building. It's like, okay, is he finally going to get there?
Right. We're doing it to him at 23. We talking about him at 23.
Unfortunately, man, it's a lot of pressure that come with this S word.
Look, we did it to LeBron at 25. Like, I made the point. I was like, we did it to Anthony Edwards before we did it to LeBron. People were like, oh, he didn't do it to LeBron? No. Actually, we did not. We did not really do it to LeBron until 2010. Yeah. Like 2009, you started hearing whispers. But, when Skip Bayless talked all that stuff about LeBron, we was like, get the fuck out of here, homie. Like, we was really not trying to hear it. He got his victory lap in 2010 and 2011. Then it was a little bit different. Anthony Edwards is playing with the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2000 at 23 years old. And now we're like, all right, homie, that's 2 chances for you.
Swing and a miss. So
swing and a miss.
I think he gets it. I think he gets it soon.
I mean, look here. Here's the problem. These Oklahoma City Thunder are going to be good for a very, very, very long time.
I know. He going to have to get past them boys.
He going to have to get past them. And for everybody that's like,
Jordan trained in the pool.
We thought everybody else was set up for a long time. The difference is when they get somebody that need too much money and got to leave, they can do something about it. Mm-hmm. They got what it takes to stay good. They have the best general manager in the league. I don't care if he hadn't won a championship up until this point. They got the best guy working, period.